Hello and welcome to the first episode ever of My2cents. My name is Dan and I'm gonna be your host and only protagonist of this half an hour monologue. And here we are gonna talk about relationship advice. Sometimes we talk about politics, books, games, and other stuff. It depends on what happened during the week and also depends what happened with my students. I'm an English teacher and I'm doing this as a hobby and also as something for them to do that is from my authorship. So they can listen to my own podcast and ask me questions which I would be the best person to answer, I guess, since I'm the one recording this. Anyway, the way I want to do this every episode, I'm just gonna read some posts on Reddit. The idea here is to take posts from relationship advice, the subreddit called relationship advice. Now, as I said before, I'm a teacher, so I'm not a counselor, I'm not a shrink therapist, I'm not a professional who can give actual good advice. That's why this is called my 2 cents. It's just my opinion. Alright? And hopefully I can amuse you guys with that and we can have fun by talking about this stuff. And of course, whenever you hear something you like or you don't like, there's the section so you can comment there and maybe I can read your comment next in the next podcast. All right, so anyway, this is a long enough introduction, already 2 minutes. I'm going to read two posts today. They were posted this very day, one 6 hours ago and another one 10 hours ago. So let's start with the oldest one. It's titled, My girlfriend showered with another guy and slept at another guy's house without telling me. Okay, with the title itself, I can already see what's this about, and I'm pretty sure you guys too. So, what does it mean showered with another guy and he slept at another guy's house? Like, these are two different guys. I guess we'll find out, right? And yeah, I'm pretty sure showering with another guys mean what it sounds like, right? I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's stop guessing and actually read the post. So the guy proceeds saying, my girlfriend just recently took a trip to Beverly Hills, California, and went out to a bar with her friends. They met a few guys, invited them back to the house that they were staying in. This house had a pool that they swam in, and she and her friends took a shower together afterwards. One of the guys undressed and joined them in the shower uninvited. My girlfriend originally told me that they showered separately, however, later confessed that she lied. She said that when he came in, she stayed in the shower for another minute, finished washing her hair and got out. Okay, so she didn't sleep with the guy, they were a group of friends. That's not as bad as I thought, based on the title. That's why I need to read before commenting. Anyway, there's another paragraph here, so let's see. A couple of weeks later, she was at a birthday party for one of her guy friends. Allegedly, one of her friends that went with her forced her to stay at the guy's house until 2 a.m. and then made her sleep over. I found out about this only because the morning after, one of my friends sent me a video that my girlfriend posted to social media of herself, one of her friends, and three other guys all together. Oh, Jesus. You know, I've been there. I didn't know where my girlfriend was a few years ago. This happened. I remember because it really pissed me off. So I didn't know where she was, and I would send her messages at night. We didn't live together, so I would send her messages at night during the week after college, and she would answer them. You know, naturally. We would talk to each other. We would call each other and spend a few minutes talking. Sometimes we'd spend even an hour. But there was one day, I don't remember if it was a Friday night, probably not because I was with her Friday nights and Saturday nights. So maybe just during the week, there was a night that I was sending her messages. Was on WhatsApp. I don't even think it was WhatsApp. I think it was Messenger. It was like 10 years ago, a long time ago. Not just a few years, a long time ago. So I was sending her messages on MSN Messenger, and she wasn't answering them. And I was like, yeah, alright, maybe she's busy, maybe she's doing something for school or whatever. She was the same age as me, so she was studying for college as well, for her college as well. Anyway, and I remember on Orkut, here in Brazil, I'm Brazilian, by the way. I haven't said that before, but yeah, I'm Brazilian. And I remember Orkut was really big until Facebook came along. And Facebook was getting around 10 years ago already. But I wasn't big on using it, so I still had my Orkut, I think. Yeah, my memory is a little weird. I'm not sure. Anyway, I just remember that a friend sent me a photo that she had posted. And she was at a bar with a bunch of dudes. She had mostly guy friends. She didn't have many woman friends, which, by the way, it's not a red flag per se, but it's not a very good sign because I heard this from Bill Burr once, and it made sense to me. I don't know if any ladies out there listening to this concur with what I'm about to say, but whenever a girl doesn't have any female friends, that is not a very good sign because it's usually because the other girls don't find her trustworthy. She always come with excuses. Yeah, like I don't like how the other girls talk. I don't like to hang out with them. I'd rather hang out with guys. They are more fun. Yada yada yada. There's always an excuse, but from experience and from others' experience as well, I come to find out that it's not a good sign that a woman has only guy friends. Just as it's probably not a very good sign if a guy has only female friends. Okay, it should there should be a balance. If there's no balance, then something's fishy, and you sometimes take too long to find out. I don't know what could be. In my case, it was that my ex, my former girlfriend, liked the attention, and I'm not saying that every woman that has guy friends, a lot of guy friends like that, but for her that was exactly that. She liked the attention. She was good looking. She had a nice body, so she just wanted to reinforce her self-esteem. I think, I don't know. I was young at the time too, so I had a lot more insecurities than I have today. And yeah, I remember seeing this photo. She was like. One of the guys was really close to her, touching her and stuff, and I got infuriated. I don't think I'm a jealous guy, naturally, but I remember that that photo really pissed me off. And then I tried to call her, and she wouldn't pick it up because probably her phone was in her purse or anything like that, her pocket, whatever. And I got really paranoid. It was an awful night. I was able to sleep. I learned that with a psychology teacher I had during my years studying philosophy. He told me that whenever you are upset, you should go to bed. And back then, I was having classes with this teacher, and I had just recently heard that. So I wasn't used to the idea because remember, my parents said to me the opposite: never go to bed upset. But psychologically speaking, it's probably better because during sleep, you are going to process whatever made you angry, and you're going to wake up understanding your issue a little bit better, seeing it from another perspective, even. And that happens to be true. I don't know if that's true for everybody, but it's certainly true for me. So, oh, my glasses almost fell off the table here. Anyway, that's certainly true for me. So, yeah, I did that. I woke up, better. I was feeling better in the morning. So, again, I tried to call her, then she picked up. And right away, she said what she did. And she wasn't sorry because she doesn't have to be sorry. She can do whatever she wants. I know that, theoretically at least, I know that, and I knew that back then as well. But I was a little upset, and when she came straight right away, saying she went out with some friends. I was like, okay, maybe if she was hiding something, she wouldn't have said anything. So I was like, all right, whatever. And then I wasn't mad anymore. I woke up better, and then when she came straight to me, I was like, okay. But I remember when seeing the picture, I felt like shit. So this is this guy, right? He saw a video. So let's read this again. His post. I found out about this only because the morning after, one of my friends sent me a video that my girlfriend posted to social media of herself, one of her friends, and three other guys all together. Outraged, I immediately confronted her as she had told me nothing about this. She claims that she was waiting until that night when she was alone so that she could call me and tell me what happened. I called bullshit because she didn't leave the morning of, even though she apparently wanted to leave the night before extremely badly. He uses quotation marks. Whenever he says before, like, allegedly one of her friends went with her, forced her to stay, so he used quotation marks, and then until 2 a.m. when they made her sleep over. And now to leave the night before extremely badly, like he puts out here with quotation marks. So yeah, I think this guy is calling bullshit with all around this story. And then he continues. She constantly blames one of her friends for dragging her into situations like this. Oh, come on, that's bullshit. That's me, by the way. It's not the guy saying that's bullshit. Okay, then he continues. She won't take any responsibility for herself and obviously cannot handle how she gets in the situations and what to do when she's in them. What do I do? Uh, well, let me tell you, my man. I've been there, as I told in the middle of your story. I'm talking directly to you, even though you're probably never gonna find out about this podcast. But anyway, let me just tell you something and tell something to whoever is listening to this. If you find yourself in a similar situation where you are paranoid and the person is playing dumb. Oh, I don't know how I get in these situations. And one day she's taking a shower with another dude. The other day she's sleeping at another dude's house. You know, there are more men than women there, especially men that she probably didn't know. And yeah, come on, men. If especially if you didn't say like, oh, I have a boyfriend. I'm not looking for anything. They are going to be all over her. Actually, even if she says that, it's not gonna matter. But usually people don't say that. You know, they hang out, they try to have a good time, and if she's good looking and the guys are interested, of course they're going to try something. And if you don't trust this girl, and apparently she keeps doing this, um, I don't think you told us how long you've been with her. It doesn't look like it's been that long of a time, and based on the story, you guys are probably really young, maybe in your early 20s. So, man, come on, you have your whole life ahead of you. You don't trust this girl. This girl is full of shit. I agree with you. I call bullshit too. So yeah, just leave, I guess. You know, break up with her. Be happier. Be free. Stay a while by yourself. I guess it's a good advice that I could give you. Stay by yourself a while. Don't just jump into another relationship. I think people take this advice for granted all the time because no one wants to be alone. But trust me, being alone, especially after something like this, especially if you are really young, you should take some time for yourself. You know, to figure out what you want, to figure out what's important, to also figure out everything that bother you in this relationship so you can also understand exactly what you want. And yeah, you're gonna meet people that you're not gonna spend the rest of your life with for a few more years, and you start to realize what you like, what you're looking for in a person. And when you find that, you at least you have a plan. You have more chances of succeed because yeah, just break up with her. That's my advice, and that's my advice to whoever is in the same situation as this guy. you know, just break up. You're not losing anything, and you're just learning from the experience, I guess. So yeah, that's it. So this was the first post, and if you go through the comments, let's see. I'm gonna read just the top comments, okay? Leave. All right, leave. The guy was straight to the point here. That's his whole comment. Leave. Yeah, it's the most upvoted comments. I guess we all understand why. I agree with this guy, obviously. So yeah. The second top comment said, "You now should have an ex-girlfriend." Oh, and then he answered, "I do now." Okay, so he actually left her. Okay, good. That's good. I guess. You know, an hour after the post. What the hell? He posted 10 hours ago, and 9 hours ago he comments, "I do now." Hmm, okay. Alright, so this is it then. This is the end of the story. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Uh, it's funny because one person posted a post titled, "I messed up, but I still want to be with my boyfriend." But this post doesn't exist anymore, so I cannot read it. And they were saying that it was this guy's girlfriend's post. So yeah, it would be fun to read it, but the person deleted it. Anyway, so yeah, just leave, dude. Everybody seems to agree with that. Yeah, there are people who said it in a more fancier, in a more no, in a fancier way. So I'll take a pair of big old scissors and cut her off entirely and immediately. Yeah, come on, you don't need this shit, man. You really don't need this shit. Just fucking leave. Okay, so that was it for the first post. Let's check out the second one. Now the second one is a little trickier. I'm gonna have to be careful because again, I'm not a counselor. I'm not an actual professional. I'm just an idiot reading these posts. And yeah, let's see. The title is the following: Boyfriend took nude photos of me with my face in it without consent. Oh man. I think if he posts it, I don't know how it works, where they are from, but here in Brazil, since September of 2019, I believe, I could be wrong, but since September of 2019 here in Brazil, if you do that and you post the photos, you could go to jail. It's an actual crime. I don't know if that's a crime everywhere, so I don't know where they're from if that's a crime. But of course you should worry about that, but just don't worry about karma because he's gonna have his. At least if you guys have this. Okay, she says in the end. I'm gonna read the whole thing, but apparently she says in the end she lives in the west coast of the USA. Alright, I don't know. I don't know how the law works in the USA, but again, here in Brazil, if the guy does that, he loses his freedom. He goes to jail. It's an actual crime. He has to answer for it, and depending on the severity, he could be sent away to prison. Actually, yeah, it's I don't remember the sentence precisely and the conditions for the sentence, but I do know that since a year and a half ago, right? If you do this type of shit, you get in big trouble. Anyway, let's go to her post. So she starts by saying, "Was getting ready to have sex with a new boyfriend when he said he wanted to take photos of my naked body. I said yes to it, but made it clear my face cannot be in it. He said fine, and he said I can delete the ones I don't like. All of this in spoken words, no writing or in recording." Okay, she's saying this is because she's probably thinking about taking legal action. Let me just say something before I continue. I know a guy that does this shit. I used to be in a group, and this guy would post photos of his ex-girlfriends, but at least he had the decency of not showing their faces, I guess. But again, this is a crime here in Brazil. When he did it, it wasn't, and I think he knows nowadays it's a crime. I'm not in big touch with him anymore, but I don't think he's posting these photos anymore. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, this is shitty. You can have the photos, you can have, for as a souvenir, even if you break up with the person, but keep it for yourself, man. What the fuck? Why do you have to show other people? I don't understand. No matter how hot, no matter what you think of the person, be that your ex or your current girlfriend or even wife, you shouldn't show. And the same goes for the ladies, and the same goes for gay couples. Just don't fucking show your partner's naked photo to other people. That's fucked up. And I talked about one person that I know who does that. There's actually plenty of people out there that does it. I know it. I'm not friends with someone that does it, at least not nowadays. But I don't know. To me, it's just fucked up. It violates their privacy. It's not. Anyway, it's not nice. So let's continue. He later showed me the pics, and my face was clearly in all of them. I have told him before in texts I am not okay with photos of myself during sex, but he has this reasoning that I'm your boyfriend, I should have access to these things. He has told me the pics are just for him, and as to my knowledge, they have not yet gone anywhere. He said he uses the pics to jack off. He said he will text them to me so I can keep track, but he has not yet done it. He is my first sexual partner, while he has had several before me. He's very attractive and is used to girls throwing themselves at him, while I am nothing like that. Sorry, I cannot read. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's continue. I have asked him to delete a few times already, just the ones with my face in it, but he has refused. He becomes upset and says, "No, no, you are so beautiful. They are just for me, okay?" He says he will delete if when we break up. He has no prior criminal record, so as far as I know, he has never got in trouble with revenge porn, etc. Okay, so it is a crime. Alright, you can get in trouble in the USA. Now I guess we know. He has also been working his good, stable job for the last 10 years. Okay, so this is your first sexual partner. He has been working for 10 years. So I'm guessing, he's older than you. Maybe almost 10 years older than you. Maybe less. I don't know. Whatever. I guess it doesn't matter since this girl didn't tell neither of their ages. The issue here being, I do not want to be his first victim if he does decide to do something with the photos. I actually do want to break up with him soon, but I am very worried if he will actually delete them. I do not know any of his exes. I am already very nervous about the fact that these naked photos of myself exist. I also do not easily trust people, so that adds up to my nervousness as well. Is this also enough reason to report him to the police? I am in the west coast of the USA if that helps. Should I have another person present with me when I break up with him? Well, maybe later we can go to the comments. But I commented a lot on this already, just so maybe I conclude. You should 100% break up with him. And I don't know if you should contact the police, but if I were you, and if you are paranoid, I would contact a lawyer to understand exactly what your options are. In case this guy does something stupid, you can be sure to make him pay for it. You know, maybe you get a lawyer to have him sign a contract. I don't know, something. So you get your mind at ease. Again, I don't know about the USA laws on this stuff. I know that some states have different laws. Maybe the comment section can help. But break up with this guy, find a lawyer, see what your options are, be ready to go to the police. You should be ready to do all that. Because, I don't know, nowadays, depending on what you have online, it could be worse for you to find. Depending on what job you want, it could be worse for you to find it, for you to get it. So it's actually a big deal. It's not just, oh, it's my picture, it's my body. You can actually have a headache, a bigger headache because of this in the future. I don't know, it's annoying. It's annoying to have to worry about your privacy being violated like that, especially by someone that you've been with. This is fucked up. Again, just like the first post, I would just break up with the guy and be done with him. Just be done with his ass. Let's go through the comment section, I suppose. Most people who make revenge porn have not gotten in any trouble, so his record is meaningless. Okay, I didn't know that. I would get on his phone, delete it, and dump him. But that's just me. Okay, here's the thing. Just commenting on this comment is the first comment, alright? The most upvoted one. If she deletes the photo from his phone, it does not mean that he does not have access to the photos. Like I myself, every photo that I take that I like, I have a folder on my computer that I posted, and I have a folder on my Evernote that I posted as well. So deleting it from my phone, for example, I don't have any naked pictures of other people, but if I have any photos on my phone that are deleted, that doesn't mean anything. I would still have these photos somewhere. So I'm guessing this guy is the same. And the man that I talked about a few minutes ago that used to send naked pictures of his ex-girlfriends, he had these photos saved on his computer, on his cell phone, on his email, on his drive, everywhere. Because people don't want to lose these things. People are kind of fucked up in the head, I guess. And yeah, man, I don't know. It doesn't mean anything to delete from his phone. So the second most upvoted comment says, "Do your best to steal his phone and delete them." Okay, then break up immediately. He has no respect for you and your boundaries. Well, that's correct. This guy is not respecting you at all. You're asking him to delete it. He doesn't give a fuck. He's just doing whatever he pleases. So yeah, you don't owe this guy anything. Just I agree with everything they are saying. I just don't think deleting the photos from the phone is gonna do much. You need to be sure that he cannot post these photos. You need to be sure to talk to a lawyer. You need to be sure to know what your options are. Be strategic about this, okay? Someone took naked pictures of me when I was asleep without consent, and it still fucks me up. Okay, yeah, this is this is beyond what I can actually advise on. I'm talking about the lawyer thing because I'm trying to be extra safe. Whoever is listening to this, if you're ever in this situation and it makes you really uncomfortable, and it's a legal situation, like naked pictures of your face in it, or even naked pictures of you, maybe you have a tattoo that is easily recognizable, I don't know, anything that could be identified as you in the photo, you have the right to seek legal action because of it. So never be afraid of doing that, because there are some fucked up people out there, and they will not think twice before doing something stupid, especially out of spite. Maybe they're angry because you broke up with him. Maybe they're just sadistic motherfuckers who want to see the world burn. Yeah. Anyway, so certainly both cases are deal breakers, right? One person's girlfriend is just taking showers and sleeping around in other people's showers and houses, and this poor girl's boyfriend doesn't respect her boundaries, her wishes, and also doesn't respect her nor her privacy. Like, this is terrible. Both big, big, big deal breakers, and yeah, there's no question here. You simply just should break up. Okay, so this was our first podcast, our first episode of this podcast, and I mean to do this every Friday. That's what the picture says, I think. So those were my 2 cents on these two posts. Here in Brazil, we are in lockdown, especially where I live, Santos City. We are in a big lockdown right now. We are going to have this lockdown for another week and a half, and it could be postponed. It could be delayed. Sorry, its deadline could be delayed. Maybe it will be longer than that. We are thinking about getting back to normal by the end of the month, maybe the beginning of April, but it could last longer than that. I have some students in other countries that are going through a very similar situation. I have two students in England that are going to be like this at least until mid-April. So if you out there listening live in Brazil, you're probably in the same situation, especially if you live in the state of São Paulo. But regardless, take care out there. Don't just expose yourself for no reason. Eat well, try to exercise at home because at least right now you don't have the option of going to the gym. If you have any equipment at your house, you should use it. Don't be lazy, eat well, sleep well, exercise. If you have the option to work from home, do it, whatever. Those are just my 2 cents.